Alright, welcome back ladies and gentlemen to the Chupacabra tutorials channel. I'm your host Larry, and today we're back to talk about how you can test your current internet speed to see if something's wrong with it, or maybe whatever service you're trying to stream from, download from, or play games from is actually the one having the problem. And these will just be my top 5 picks that work for me. You can always, of course, go look up your own preferable testing sites. There's a whole smorgasbord of them, so just use whatever you find works best for you. So the go-to for most people is Speedtestnet. This allows you to test it with multiple connections at once, or just a single connection, which tends to work better for me here in the woods. And then you just select which one you want, click go, and it'll automatically pick a server nearby and then run its speed test. My internet, I know, is supposed to be like 5 megabytes per second or megabits per second down. I don't get that full speed. I should have a pretty good ping, and I don't get a full megabit per second up for my upload. So it looks like we're doing pretty good today. I've got 3 down, and then I've got 0.732 up, which is actually really good for me. So that tells me that there's really nothing going on with my internet today. If I'm having a problem with, say, Netflix, that's usually indicative of the fact that it's the holidays right now, and a lot of people are trying to use it, so it's obviously being horked by the sheer volume, and everyone's having trouble. The next one that I'm going to try out is TestMyNet. It's a broadband internet tester. You can just literally just click on the button to test, and you can say, oh, I'd like to test my download, my upload, or just the combined version. And it'll very quickly just test your download and your upload. This one doesn't test it as much over time. It's a much faster test, so it's not quite as accurate to your average download, upload, and ping. But if you want to see the stats of your internet at a glance, this one isn't terrible, and I didn't even have to disable my ad blocker in order to get it to behave itself. And then it'll even give you some metrics about everything going on your internet, which is really, really nice. The next one that we'll try out is speedof.me, which needed a second to reload there, and we'll just say start the test. This one's really cool because this one allows you to see a bar graph of sorts when testing your internet, so you can kind of see a visual representation of the ups and downs of your internet. So if it's really wobbly, you can tell there might be something wrong. And if you're looking for what you would see on one of these tests to see that there's something messed up with your internet, either like the cable in the ground, your connection from the computer to the modem, or something else, it would be really fluctuating. It would go down to like nothing and then up to like 5 and then back to nothing and up and down like crazy. But so far it looks like mine's pretty tolerable, although it takes a couple dips here and there, and I'm not entirely certain why, but that just kind of happens depending on your internet. So the blue one here, or the kind of teal, is my download speed, and down here is my upload. It's not entirely unusual for people's upload to be much lower than their download. Most of the time you're not sending a lot of data back to the server, although if you're like me and you upload like big videos, that can be a little different. And then these are kind of nice because you can share them, or it'll track your history if you do a bunch of these tests throughout the day to see if there's something wrong. Next one we'll try is actually one from Xfinity. This one works pretty well. Let's actually reload this one by just going back on the internet history, and let's click Start Test. And this one, again, is a lot faster. It's not quite as comprehensive. This one just does a quick check as the little animation here plays with the balloon, but it does give you a sort of heads up and a quick rundown of what's going on your internet. So it says with this speed, I shouldn't even be able to stream HD videos, but I can tell you that I manage it just fine because Amazon and Netflix have pretty good compression. Speedy downloads, yeah, I definitely don't get that, but the rest of these, pretty accurate. And they give you some tips on how to improve stuff and maybe switch services. Obviously, with any speed test that's connected to an internet provider, like Verizon's got one, AT&T's got one, everybody's got one, they're going to try to sell you something. So keep that in mind. It might be a little bit less than accurate depending on where you live because they're trying to upsell you on getting an Xfinity package for internet from Comcast. And then the last one is fast.com, which is pretty simple to remember. You literally put in the details, hit enter, and it'll start testing your internet. This one pretty much just tests what your download speed is. So this one wouldn't necessarily tell you there's something wrong with your upload for whatever reason, because this one's from Netflix. And they're more concerned with what's going on so that you can watch videos rather than trying to upload or stream. And this one's not bad. Like my latency is about average for out here. 150 to 38 is pretty common. So that's well within tolerances. And the upload, it's actually calculating the upload too once I clicked on more info. So this is actually a pretty useful tool. And this one, I think it might actually be one of my new favorites because it's fast, it loads fast, it doesn't take forever. Like, for example, speed test over here. If I click on speed test, like it takes it a moment to load everything, to boot up and everything, and then it's got to load all these crappy ads. But the nice thing about speed test too is it's got apps for Mac, PC, Linux. You can literally run this on your smart TV or your Android phone to see what your current internet speed is that you're getting. And not all of these services do that. And so why would you want to test your internet? Well, it's pretty simple. You might be something wrong with the line. You got to call your internet provider to come out and fix something. You know, someone had an accident and hit a box somewhere that damaged it, so your internet's kind of janky. Water got into the line. Sometimes it's just as simple as there needs to be a software update on your modem or your router. You need a software update on your computer. Whatever reason, this will tell you if there's something wrong so that you can go about starting the process of troubleshooting and fixing it. So these are my top 5 choices for best internet testing tools for internet speeds. I will put these links to each of these services in the comment section below or in the video description so that you can click them to see if you like them or not. And until next time, I've been your host, Larry. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you next time. Bye, everybody, and have a good one.